I told you I was going to get you back.
I told you I knew you would.
It's going to hurt.
Sure, whatever.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it on. Now I know this hooker named Rosita that could teach you a few pointers here.
Shut up.
Okay. Are you done?
Okay. Fine. That didn't work? Bring
Not
out
in
the
the
big
slightest.
guns.
Ooh,
How's this going to feel?
this reminds me of my trip to Mexico. Okay. Again. Come on. Do it like you mean it. Oh. Right on the back there. Come on. Come on. You can do better. Or
Alright,
try it.
fucker.
Or try.
Alright. You know what? I got something for you. I know this is something you're going to hate. It's going to be so painful. Check this out.
What is
Alright,
this?
Bill. I know you're going to hate this one.
What's
Here you
this?
go, buddy.
Wait. I recognize this intro. Get me out of this. Don't make me watch this.
You're going to watch it all the way through.
I hate spiders. They're already crawling on me.
Wait up!
Turn this thing off. Turn this thing off.
What's wrong, Bill? Little spider bother you that creepy crawling on you? Oh, they haven't even shown anything yet.
I know what's coming. I've seen this movie. Can I stop watching this yet? It's crawling on me.
But Bill, what's going on, everybody? BroncoJuggalo and
Bill.
back at you today with our Friday the 13th Part 5 review. We are going over today Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Came out in 1985, directed by Danny Steinman.
He directs porn.
Yep, he did. He got his start directing hardcore porn. John Shepard, who plays Tommy Jarvis. And if I say this name wrong, I apologize. Dick Wind, I'm not sure which, as our killer.
Huh. And we have a porn director and we got a guy named Dick.
And just so you know, this is a spoiler-filled review, as are most of my reviews. So, spoilers, guys. The reason I said killer instead of Jason isn't in this film.
He sorta is.
The main killer in this movie is a copycat killer. Just so you know. The only time you see the actual Jason is in Tommy's dream sequences or post-traumatic stress, hallucinations. Jumping into our synopsis, Tommy Jarvis has been in a mental institution for a few years and he's finally been released. He's released into a halfway home for troubled teens. While he's at this halfway house, some things start to happen and the killing starts again. Is Tommy committing the murders? Is it one of the other psychos? I'm sorry, is psychos not PC? Is it one of the other kids? I'm sorry.
I really don't care about PC.
Yeah, me either. We don't know who's doing the killings. As far as we all know, Jason's dead, remember? A few fun facts about this film. This is the first Friday the 13th film not set at Crystal Lake. So, we got that going for it, or against it, depending on how you look at things.
Yeah.
As Bill pointed out, our good director, Mr. Danny Steinman, he got his start directing porn. And this was actually the last movie he directed. This movie is known for its excessive nudity.
Oh, yeah.
And Danny Steinman was even quoted once as saying, "We directed a porno in the woods. You have no idea how much sex and nudity we cut out of the film.
Wasn't there some of the actors and actresses who actually thought they were making an adult film?
They did say that. They actually thought that, at times that they were making an adult film. And supposedly the entire production was plagued by drugs and a lot of sex between the production team and the actors. John Shepard, when he got the role for this movie, spent a few weeks at an actual mental institution helping out so he could prepare for the role. When he got to set and he found out that this was actually a Friday the 13th film, because the filmmakers had it under a different name, a different working title, when he found out that it was actually a Friday the 13th film, he said he was very disappointed. A lot of the actors did not like this film. They didn't like what they were doing. Dick Weend, who plays the copycat killer, later said that he didn't realize what a big piece of trash they made. So, some people will defend Part 5 to the death.
I won't.
Some people don't. They absolutely hate it.
Yes, that would be me.
Oh, by the way, that sounds so weird on camera.
It does?
Yeah.
Huh.
I pulled Danny into the room yesterday just to listen to it. That sounds funny when you fart on camera.
It's kind of weird that you would want... Here, honey, come in and listen to me fart on camera. It's funny.
I told her to do that before I cut it out. Another really cool fact about this film is that one of the actresses actually shares a name with our killer. At least the killer in the franchise. One of the actresses' name is Deborah Sue Voorhees. So that's pretty cool. This movie, like I said, this movie catches a lot of shit.
Rightfully so.
Some people defend it.
Not me.
I'm kind of in the middle on this film. It's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination, and it is in no way, in my opinion, a good film. But I was surprised when we watched it again to prepare for this review how much I really enjoyed it. I actually got a lot of enjoyment out of it, so...
Okay.
Well, I did. By the way, shut up, you're afraid of spiders.
Yeah, so?
Did you enjoy your fun time?
No. I did not.
Did you guys see him run like a little girl?
I'll get you.
The staples don't bother him, but he runs like a little girl when you put on a spider.
Well, at least I can run.
Hey, I caught you the other day. They saw me running.
That was in fast motion. You had an advantage.
That's movie magic. You're not supposed to tell them that.
I think everybody knows that.
Hey, I still ran, okay? Well, I shuffled anyways.
Yeah.
Fuck you. But anyways, man, I told you I was going to get you back. I'm sorry. You had that coming. I mean, you kept me locked up in a bathtub for like a week.
Here's your staple back.
Anyways, guys, one thing I really did enjoy in this movie, so we're going to start off with our pros. I really enjoyed the opening sequence to this film. It starts off with young Tommy Jarvis, Corey Feldman, and he does come back. He does come back. It wasn't just used footage. He comes back and he is going to make sure Jason is dead. And he's going to find Jason's grave, and he finds it. And he finds a couple of hillbillies digging Jason up because they want to see the main man himself.
That was actually my pro too. I loved that dream sequence. It might have been another dream sequence, but I liked it.
Yep. Jason wakes up, shoves his machete through one of the guys, and all the while Tommy Jarvis is sitting in the bushes, helpless to do anything and just watching in horror. And then he wakes up, and it's older, almost adult Tommy Jarvis.
I wish we could have just kept Corey Feldman for this movie.
I agree. I think it would have been a much better story. I think if they would have said it with young Corey Feldman, it would have been better.
Yes.
Because let's face it, the actor that plays Tommy Jarvis, John Shepard, and maybe it's because he didn't want to do a Friday the 13th movie.
Or maybe he was a porn actor. They really can't act. Acting!
I don't know if he was a porn actor, but he just did not put any effort into this film. And it really shows. You can tell, he is just terrible. Every time he looks like he's in terror or fright, he's like...
Yeah, he kind of looks like he's got Down syndrome.
He's overacting it so badly that it just comes off really terrible.
Yeah, like most of the people in this movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into more of that in the cons. What's your first pro on the film, aside from the opening sequence?
Well,
I know you don't have many.
No, I don't. So I'm going to have to go with one of yours, the music. Manfredi again nails it like he normally does on things. But yeah, we still do have a good soundtrack to this movie.
No, very good. One of my pros is the final girl, Pam, played by Melanie Kinsman. She was good looking, and she was probably the only decent actor in the bunch of the supporting cast.
Yeah.
I mean, and even her acting wasn't great, but it was better than some of the others.
Way better.
You know, at least she tried, you could tell, and they kind of developed her character a little bit, and you kind of enjoyed it. You were a little bit invested in her.
I wasn't invested in any of these characters.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll talk about Reggie in the cons section, okay? That leads me into my next pro, which is there were some imaginative kills in the film. It wasn't Tom Savini, you know, so we lost out on that, but it still wasn't bad work. There was some decent kills, and there was some good action in the film. It was... well, we'll get into that here in a second. But
you don't want to go back to the barn?
No, they were in a barn in this one too. I swear,
a barn again.
What is with the fucking Friday the 13th movies in a barn? You've got lakes, you've got forests, you've got cabins, you've got cities, you've got, you know, all these things you can do with it. You know, people say what you want about Jason Takes Manhattan. At least there wasn't a fucking barn in the movie.
You're right. I missed the barn.
Anyways, guys, you got any more pros there?
No.
I got one more.
No, I don't.
The only other pro I have in this movie is that they did actually, even though, like I said, a lot of people didn't like them, they did develop the characters.
Acting.
Yeah, the actors weren't great, but the characters were developed. You had the simple-minded Joey. Was Joey, right?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was Joey.
That's the one that got killed, right?
You have the simple-minded Joey who got killed, and that his death is what starts the chain reaction in this film. But you don't find that out till the end.
Yeah.
You know, it turns out that our Jason, and it does look kind of like Jason. He's got a bald head, all that stuff. Turns out it's actually a guy wearing a mask with a hockey mask over the top. And the hockey mask is a little different. It's got 2 blue chevrons here.
I hate the hockey mask.
Instead of the 3 red. But it turns out that the killer, is a guy named Roy, who is the town paramedic. And Joey is his secret son. Boy, there's a stretch in your writing. You know,
how do you have a secret son?
Yeah, it's like, how does he keep that a secret? And one...
Hey, maybe he didn't get DNA tested. You are the father.
They really didn't do a very good job on the writing of the scenarios of this film and the plot of this film. They did a decent job constructing the characters. We had one character who was all into music and dancing. We had one character, so we at least knew a little bit about some of these characters. We had our little annoying brat kid character who thought he was a hood and a tough guy, and his brother Demon, which I thought was probably one of the best kills in the movie.
Yeah.
Gotta love the shitbox kill. So that's pretty much it for our pros, though, guys. We're gonna get into our cons.
Okay, con number 1. Where do I begin with this film? I'm just gonna start with, why the hell are you letting nut jobs use an axe to cut firewood? And this starts the whole thing. Oh, geez, let's let this... And you can tell the guy's a violent guy.
Yeah, you can tell he's got some definite anger issues.
And he's chopping wood.
He needs some Dr. Phil time, let me tell you.
No, just a straight jacket and rubber room will be fine. But yeah, this all starts from that kid getting killed for being just annoying. And the first kill there by that nut job. The first real kill. I don't count the dream sequence here as those being kills.
They're on-screen kills, but they're not
in reality. In reality.
Yeah.
So the fact
they were still done really well, though. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they did look cool. But the stupid, annoying, what the hell was his name again?
Joey.
Yeah. That started us all off. And geez, let's give this raging psycho an axe to get firewood with.
Yeah, you can tell just from the outset that the guy's totally off. But yet he's got this big old double-bladed axe, and everybody thinks that's okay.
Yeah, that would work in real life, people. Let's try it.
Bill, can I give you this and trust you with it?
Yes. I'm crazy. I know I am. It's the ones that don't think they're crazy.
Well, he was definitely crazy. Con for me here, and we've already touched on it quite a bit, the acting in the film. And I know he's a kid, so I shouldn't be that cruel about it, but especially the acting of the kid that plays Reggie. The whole thing. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Acting! That's what it is.
He was just very annoying, and all the characters, like I said, the guy that played Joey does a halfway decent job of being an annoying person. And no, I'm not saying all mentally challenged people are annoying. He just happened to be annoying.
Yeah. So, since you brought that up, Demon, the Michael Jackson wannabe.
But yeah, he was all that's 80s shit right there, man. Oh my God, this movie was so 1980s, suburban 1980s, where they thought that black people gang members all looked like freaking Michael Jackson in the Beat It video, you know?
Just beat it.
The Bad video.
I kind of like the Weird Al version better. Just eat it. My second con in this, we've already touched on it, but I'm going to bring it up again. The whole copycat killer thing. We could have easily made this just Jason, not a copycat. And they give it away, too, with the hockey mask. Mm-hmm. Having the blue instead of the red. And I honestly hate the fact that they made him a copycat killer.
I mean, I guess you could write the mask, even if it was Jason, you could write the mask off as, okay, he had to get a new mask. That's something you could write away, but
you don't do that. That's iconic.
It's true, but at this point, it was only the fourth movie. He only had the mask for two films.
This is the fifth.
No, I mean before. Two prior, where he had the mask.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He only had two prior films where he had the mask, so, people may not have really... I don't know how people felt about it in the 1980s. I was a kid, I don't remember. If they felt that the mask was that iconic yet. It is now, of course. But,
of course.
I think that is really one of the things that really drags this movie down, aside from the bad acting, aside from the excessive nudity, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of nudity in films, but you really felt like they were just trying to get as much on camera as they could just because they could.
Because it was so bad. Well, geez, let's fill it up with titties. That'll make people see it.
Yeah. Well, it'll make horny teenagers watch it anyway.
Yeah.
But the thing is when they reached that twist ending, and that's actually another one of my cons as well, when they reach that twist ending and we find out that it is not Jason, that it is in fact Roy, the paramedic.
Isn't he a meat wagon driver?
Meat wagon driver and paramedic, whatever, but it really, I think that at that point, even people that were enjoying the movie up till then are like, wait, what?
What?
And it just and that's what happened to me, and honestly, even this last time when I watched it, and I knew it was coming, I was enjoying the film, we were sitting here watching it, getting ready for our review, taking notes, things like that, and I was really kind of enjoying it. And then we get to that part, and I'm like, and it was a cool looking death too. I really enjoyed that kill, man. When Roy dies and he falls onto the bed of spikes, I thought that was cool. But it just really kind of pulled you out and go like, wait, what? Why? Even though this movie is now 30 years old, and I know it's coming every time I watch it,
it still takes away.
It's like, okay, well that just kind of made the whole movie kind of shitty. So, You know, that's pretty much it for that, guys. I mean, you got any more cons too? I mean, the cons are a plethora here, guys. The directing was bad. The best scene in the entire movie is that opening dream sequence with young Corey Feldman.
Yes, and you think this movie's going to be great. This is awesome.
It does. It looks really good, and it builds it up, and
then you're disappointed. Highly.
So, that's pretty much it for our pros and cons sections, guys. This movie had some enjoyable parts, but it did have a lot of really negative parts to it as well.
You think?
Mostly in the production, the acting, and the directing. But there was some cool stuff here. And because we all know how much Bill likes to talk about weapons, we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
And if you remember back in our last review, I said that would be the last time for a while we would see the hunting Jason, who used all the different cool weapons. And
it is, because this is not Jason.
Exactly. That is why I said that, because this film, it's not Jason. And part 6 brings up a whole new Jason. But we'll get to that at part 6.
Yes. Now, the weapons. I'm not going to beat this dead horse, because we all know the machete's in there. We all know that. Let's just go with ones we haven't seen. You have a railroad spike that he kills a guy with. You've got a leather belt that he wraps around and
a tree
crushes his head.
He puts the thing through the buckle and twists it around. That was a cool kill.
Yes,
that was really cool and inventive.
Yes. A fence post.
The fence post. The road flare.
Oh, the road flare.
He uses a road flare, and that was pretty awesome. And in fact, that brings me to my final thoughts here, guys. My favorite kill was that road flare kill. This movie is based in the 1980s. 2 kids in the movie who look like they just stepped out of the 1950s.
Looks like they just stepped out of Greece.
Yeah, pretty much. Are trying to get to a party and their car breaks down on the middle of the road.
Every time I see those 2 guys, I'm thinking, where's John Travolta? Is he in the back seat? When is the dancing going to start?
Bop, babaloo, bop, shabop, bamboo.
Tutti frutti. All right. Now on to my favorite kill. The leather belt around the tree. I love it. It's inventive, like you said. Very inventive. And I could just imagine that happening and how that would feel, because you would just feel your skull probably starting at the temples there,
and that's one of the cool
start
things
to crush.
That's one of the things I absolutely loved about it was they didn't put it around the guy's neck. They didn't put it around his mouth. They put it around his eyes.
Yeah.
So the guy's got the belt across his eyes. His head is against the tree. On the back of the belt, where the ends of the belt is 2 belt rings. Not the Jason.
Not the Jason.
A pole through there and starts twisting, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and it just crushes the dude into the tree. And
he tightens it so tight that the belt finally snaps after he's killed him.
And it was cool. One of the good parts of this movie, there was some really cool kills.
Oh yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah. So if you can go into thinking that, just hey, I'm going to watch this for the kills and not the acting or the story.
Acting.
We just like doing that.
I like doing it.
Yep. So that's it for part 5, guys. We will see you again for part 6, which will be coming a little sooner than before. We got this one out a little sooner because we had some extra time. And we're going to get part 6 on normal time, so we'll get it out Wednesday or Thursday. And that's pretty much it, guys. Until then,
we are done with this.
Yep, we don't have to talk about part 5 anymore.
Peace,
y'all.
Thank you,